Hey, MP.
Here we go, MP! You know you can do it!
Let's go, Pistons! This game is yours!
You know, almost every team has some kind of roster turnover in the offseason, so, Greg, this time of year can be about getting familiar with your new teammates.
There's always a feeling out process this early in the schedule. It's about finding your team's identity, figuring out how all the pieces are going to fit. And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now, here's Cunningham. Over Worthy. 5 on the clock. Here's Durant. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Cunningham for 3. Rebound by Williams. Tatum kicks to Brown. On the wing, Worthy to the inside. Here's Tatum. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
Craig against Gallinari. Craig passes to Cunningham. Back to Craig. Fires for 3. Rebound by Williams.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. And one thing that stands out about this Celtics unit is their defensive abilities. They've got a lot of skill on that end of the floor. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Craig, good.
Beautiful pass. At his size, Cunningham sees the whole floor.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
You're right. Defense, it's been terrific for him. This Boston team, GA, certainly has a talent for holding back their opponent's shots and really defending well.
And, Kevin, they put a lot of energy into pressuring shooters, making sure guys can't find easy looks. They don't want to give away anything for free.
Craig passes to Cunningham. Shoots over Worthy. That shot misses. So the Celtics will take it the other way.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
Bogdanovich looking around. Now Cunningham. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Bogdanovich, no luck. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Dwayne Casey. He said if they want to go up 2-0 in the season series tonight, they have to be just as sharp as they were the first meeting. He said we can't get sloppy and expect to win. We have to be careful with our shots and take care of the ball. We'll see if they can execute just as well the second time. Kevin, back to you.
David, thanks. We appreciate the information. Guys, what do you think about their emphasis on shooting coming in?
Listen, if you can get really good shot quality, being efficient, I think they can be successful with that strategy.
They have to be patient and a willingness to make the next pass when the shot isn't there.
To the paint. Here's Williams, and he uses the glass on the layup.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Now, here's Cunningham. Pass to Duren. Williams with the defensive effort. Well, was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Nuggets. Bogdanovich against Tatum. The pass to Worthy. Outside Tatum. Releases from 15, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Already.
Let him come to you. Don't force it if it ain't there. You drive and it ain't there, and reset.
They are a team. We are letting you guys have some fun.
No system breaking in. It's on the floor for you. Give it up for. Give it up, hey. For your Pistons Breakers dance move.
Then for K.
We're saving it for the playoffs. This means nothing.
Celtics leading by 4. On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Worthy. Griffin out there with Gallinari. Then there's Brown, and it's White in at the point. Down low, the steal. Cunningham with it. 17 points in his last outing. Gallinari with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Inside, here's Worthy, and the shot is good. Worthy's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Celtics.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Pass to Diallo. Fires from the wing. That shot missing. Now Boston takes it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Brown the pass to Worthy. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You gotta be kidding me.
First personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for Boston. Worthy.
Kevin, both incredibly proud moments. Winning the NBA title is awesome, but also winning a gold medal for your country. You said it. It's representing your country. It was a dream come true.
Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics, and he makes both free throws. It's been a little over a decade, Steve, since the Pistons last made real noise in the playoffs.
They've had a tough run of it lately, but rebuilding periods are never pretty, Kevin. They just need
a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And so White will bring it up for Boston. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Pistons trail by 10. Cunningham looking it over. Ivy kicks to Craig. Detroit, no good that time either.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Brown against Diallo. Here's Worthy. Rebounded by the Pistons. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
And you could see them losing confidence, and it turned into a domino effect.
Here's Ivy. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. And stolen by Diallo. Dishes it to Ivy. Bucket is good. Ivy's got it back down to within single digits for Detroit.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the knack.
White the pass to Worthy. Good on the triple. Worthy's got 13.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Durant. Now here's Diallo. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. 5 to shoot. And Craig has it in the corner. Here's Durant. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. To the middle. Here's Worthy. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
They are making a statement so far on the defensive end, sending shots away in incredible fashion. Loving the hustle.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
I love Cade Cunningham taking what the defense gives him, making the most of a mid-range opening.
And like a lot of top picks, Cade Cunningham had to deal with some adversity in his rookie season.
Greg, he had been part of winning teams for his entire life. He was introduced to just how competitive the NBA is, but he says it's only sharpened his focus.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Pour some help, side, if you need help. This is the biggest fluke I've ever seen.
Bogdanovich comes in. So we conclude the first half. Celtics lead by 13. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Boston Celtics.
They built this lead by being aggressive and getting to the line. I'm not talking about the cheap stuff either. They're not just jumping into the defenders. They're playing old school hard basketball.
Shaq, I'd love to see you jump into a defender to draw the whistle. You'd go to the line, he'd go into the 8th row. As we move on, let's get a look at some of the injuries around the NBA.
Listen, everyone has to step up to fill in for Kawhi. Really at both ends. No more counting on Leonard for the big stops.
Also, who do you go to at the end of games? Leonard's as clutch as they come.
Well, who's ever's on the floor, Ernie, got to go to somebody.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
The backcourt guards are Cunningham and Ivy. Torrey Craig is out there at Bogdanovich. And it's Duren in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Gallinari finds Worthy. Gallinari a screen on Cunningham.
Thank our team. We are letting you guys have some fun.
Worthy against Cunningham. And Gallinari throws it down.
As the roller, Danilo Gallinari plays his part to perfection. Great positioning, creates a good shot.
Pistons trail by 15. Cunningham inside. Worthy on him. And foul on the shot.
At the line for Detroit, Cade Cunningham. At the line for 2.
For him moving forward, though, efficiency.
And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Craig on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around.
Tatum kicks it over to Worthy. Gallinari with the screen for Worthy. The kick out to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Basket is good. The assist from Worthy. Brown's got 5 now.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Here's Cunningham. Sinks the 15-footer. 8 points for Cade Cunningham.
Working off the ball, you still have to keep track of Cunningham. He finds ways to score.
Outside Tatum. Feeds to Brown. And he drops it in from the low post. Brown's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. We've heard about player tracking on the court, but now shot tracking is helping players refine their strokes. It measures not just makes or misses, but the arc and the depth and the left to right direction of shots. These systems provide instant feedback to shooters and help them net. Kevin, back to you.
Sign me up. That is a fascinating story. David, thank you. And the Pistons making a change here. Here's Durham. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Cunningham inside. White covering. Cunningham's shot is off.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shot just don't go down.
Outside Worthy. Worthy drawing the double team. White dishes to Worthy. Shot clock at 6. Lets it fly from 18. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
Cunningham outside. Now here's Durham. He's guarded by Williams. And here's Diallo. The kick out to Cunningham. Detroit, no good that time either.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story, inconsistent with his offense. The front office for the Pistons coming in from Oklahoma City. Their draft picks overall pretty good, making an immediate impact.
That one goes in.
And that's just tremendous confidence from Brown. Going up with the shot right away and giving the D no time to react.
Here's Craig. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. And the Pistons draftees all showing starting caliber metal early on. And, you know, Steve, they're playing now with confidence. I mean, you can see it.
Kevin, they couldn't wait for this season to start. They know this is a team poised to make that jump to contending for the playoffs.
White against Cunningham. Here's Diallo. Craig sets the screen for Diallo. That one goes. Count it. Diallo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Gallinari with the screen for Worthy. The kick out to Brown. It's deflected. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Here's Gallinari. Craig pulls it in. Pistons trail by 18. Inside, Williams with the steal. To the paint. White, good. White's got 9. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Boston?
Their activity has been at a constant level. Always around the ball, quick hands causing a lot of steals.
Checked in for Worthy. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for White. Bogdanovich is checked in for Torrey Craig. Ivy comes in for Diallo. And it's Cunningham in for Hayes. And a new group in for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Molinari comes in for Grant Williams. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. And Worthy subbed in for Smart. Ivy passes to Wiseman. Steve, you played all 4 years at Michigan State. When you think about the fun you had there, what was more enjoyable? Playing college basketball or in the pros?
Kevin, I have to be honest, both was fantastic. When in college, those 4 years was something I'll never forget. But then obviously, ultimately, you want to make it to the NBA, and I got a chance to do that. So both were fantastic in my eyes.
On the floor for Boston. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. Gallinari is out there with Williams, and it's Worthy in at the point guard. And the foul called on MP.
That's what I like to see.
That is his first foul of the game.
Aggressive.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Wiseman with the ball. Now guarded by Gallinari. Wiseman kicks to Cunningham. Williams with the block.
You like that he's still attacking.
Missed shots
Been there.
and turnovers.
Torrey
They're
Craig.
your future,
He's checked in for
NBA.
Alec Burks.
Torrey Craig.
Watch outside.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Wiseman. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on it.
Good call, Pat. That's what I like.
Second personal foul. Team 4.
The act. Heady play.
And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to. Coming out of halftime, he wanted to start strong, yet the opposite happened.
On the wing, Worthy. Gallinari with the screen for Worthy. The kick out to Tatum. For 3. Basket is good. The assist from Worthy. Worthy's got 9 assists now tonight. Outside, Bogdanovich. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Bogdanovich has got 10 points here in the second half. Worthy against Cunningham. Here's Brown. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And Brown is just a physical beast, especially inside where he gets whatever he wants.
Ivy dishes to Cunningham. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Back to Cunningham. And in this era of player movement, Greg, we're seeing guys often pick teams on fit or style of play. When they look at that, what are they looking into?
You want to have fun coming to work every day, Kevin. I mean, the money they're making, most guys are going to be set for life. But I think they recognize it's about the journey and who you have the opportunity to take that journey with.
That will be a Pistons timeout.
Keep making the right play. That's all you, MP.
Here comes the T-shirts, everybody. Who wants one? Substitution on the floor.
For Bogdanovich. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Hey, man, I don't got a lot of time, just so you know.
Okay, so I'll get right to it. How much would you say you contributed to this win?
A lot. You know, I got going, and when I get going, it gives my team a spark. You know, they feed off of my energy.
Okay, so they play better when you play better. And you don't ever receive their help?
What? Man, of course they help me. This is a team game, man. But all I'm saying is, as a leader of this team, the guys look at me to set the tone. So if they see me succeeding and looking confident, then they know they can do it too.
Okay, great. That answers my question. Thanks, MP.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, MP. So what was your favorite part of tonight's win?
You know, it's the feeling of oneness one receives when participating in a collaborative act. You know, we all come from the same source, but we can all lose sight of that in the day-to-day. Because when you're anticipating your teammates' every move and everyone's dialed into that same frequency, that oneness becomes impossible to miss. It's a beautiful thing, John.
It's very zen of you. Namaste. Thanks, MP.
Surprise, surprise, our old friend MP is back in the news again. This time, well, because of a report from our friend Nate White of the Daily Horn that states, people familiar with high-ranking voices in the front office are hearing that they're disappointed with the lack of leadership MP has shown thus far in his career. Something that was supposed to be his calling card coming out of college. So what do you guys think? Has MP been a bad leader at the NBA level?
Guess who's been saying this since day one? Me, yours truly. Anyone who has a bad athlete claims they're a great leader. It's the oldest trick in the book. And I'm not one bit surprised that his so-called leadership abilities disappeared soon as he stepped up his level of competition. It's hard to lead when you can't stay on the floor.
Perk, have you even watched him play this year?
I've seen enough.
Okay, what's his true shooting percentage?
I have to look it up.
How many paint touches does he have a game? How many pull-up threes has he taken? What's his off-ball defense been like?
JJ, do you really want me to answer those questions? Or are you having a meltdown?
A little bit of both.
Do I need to call a doctor?
No, you don't need to call the doctor. My point is, I don't know how anyone who's watched MP play this year could question his leadership abilities. Not only has he earned a right to start, he's playing winning basketball. He's been great in the community. He's done everything this organization has asked of him, and then some. That's not leadership to you?
Great in the community, winning basketball leadership? I'm sorry, but skateboarding with a bunch of children isn't what I call getting involved in the community. And it sure in the heck isn't leadership. What he's doing on the what is he doing on the skateboard anyway?
Hey, he's not bad.
Is he going to break his neck?
Listen, I just think it's ridiculous to question a rookie's leadership a few months into his career.
He's a young player.
Yeah, and I was actually talking about this with Joakim Noah on my podcast.
Joakim Noah.
And he said that nobody MP's age should be asked to be their team's leader. It takes time to earn that role at this level. By that measure, MP's way ahead of the curve.
As someone, JJ, who won a championship.
Oh, here we go.
I could tell you what you're saying right now is a bunch of nonsense.
What did championships have to do with it? Patrick Ewing doesn't have a championship. Steve Nash doesn't have a championship. Do you know more about basketball than them because you got the 6th most minutes on the 2008 Celtics?
Wow.
Shots fired.
Whoa. There's no need for the insults, JJ.
The more I think about it, the more your anti-MP stance makes zero sense to me. If anything, you should relate to him. You didn't have the greatest physical gifts either, but you were consistent, you worked harder than anybody, and you maximized your skill set. People wanted you on their team because you were a great teammate. You had a winning mentality. How is that different than MP?
Well, first of all, JJ, I appreciate the compliments. But if the Celtics passed on Shep Owens to draft me, I think they were crazy too. He's that dude. Carry on.
Look, I put on these to keep the adrenaline.
Nice. That's why your head is always rocking like a heavy metal show.
New way. I've been thinking about throwing my hair out too. No. Give my oldest son a ride. But, you know, they'll be looking for things in the car in reverse instead of drive. Oh, shit. Back door. Repairs. The car is totally One area where I'd like some mentorship is at the point.
And you want the best of cucumbers under the tree of learning?